You are live.
All right, cool.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, we'll give it a few seconds.
We will.
Because, like down there I can, okay, wait. We have two out of three. At least that's what that says. Oh, we got 3 out of 3, I think. Yes, we do. Sorry, it's kind of small,
Okay,
so I
what
can't
am
tell.
Looking at?
So in the bottom right of the chat, you can see like a Wi-Fi bar looking thing. That's like your connections to tell that you're in the chat one, so the square one.
Oh,
It should
yes,
say
it
like
says
3
3
of
out of
3.
3.
So technically, we're live on everything now. We have no one watching right now. So do we do intros while no one is watching?
I don't know. I mean, you can.
I mean, we could.
Let's wait.
Talk about
I say we
We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait for maybe a view or
because
so.
This is your inaugural event.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we got one. 2. All right. I think that's enough for
I think
intros.
that's enough for an intro.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talking Tech. I am Charlie. Next to me
Colt.
is Colt.
I'm Colt.
Typically, you would see Sean here, but he had other business to do today. So it's going to be me and Colt running this show today. Hopefully, we don't have this collapse and burn into flames and all this kind of stuff.
Normally Colt's behind the scenes, and now you're
Yes.
stuck with
Yeah.
Well, now we have Miss Melanie, behind the camera today, doing the cool stuff that Colt usually does.
Yep. I went from behind the camera to in front of the camera.
Yes.
Let's see how it goes.
Well, like I said, we'll see if this either goes up in flames or this comes out to be something spectacular. So
it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just always that person that's like, we'll see. Yes,
right.
I see Sean has finally said I'm watching from far away. Yes, you are. A few hours away, let's put it that way. All right. So do you have anything along the lines of news? Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Does the guest speaker get to
I mean, we can try it. What do you have? What do you got?
Okay. Let me turn on Do Not Disturb so that I don't get...
So you don't get notifications left and right?
All right, we have 60 Minutes reporter gets the deep fake treatment as he explores the potentially dangerous technology.
Oh, so, I watched some of that when it came out that day.
If you do not know what a deep fake is, it's like they use an AI or artificial intelligence to mimic someone's facial expressions or speech patterns and make them say whatever you want. So you can just type it into your keyboard what you want someone to say, and the AI or computer will make them, using a video or picture or something, make the person say whatever you typed out and make the image say it however the person would say it in real life.
Yeah, so basically a copy of something that isn't real but is real. It's this whole circle of things that makes it really confusing.
It mimics.
Yeah, but like on the 60 Minutes, I remember watching this too. They used a reference of Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, if you don't know, big movie star. But they used his face as a deep fake. And that was kind of interesting. But it wasn't actually Tom Cruise himself. It was actually a Tom Cruise impersonator from somewhere over in Europe, I think they were talking about. So it was interesting and kind of scary at the same time, considering how easy it is, especially with like movie stars, like there's so many pictures of these movie stars that like it's so easy to try and deep fake all of these kinds of things. Because that's what he was showing, like the deep fake I can't speak today.
Deep fake.
Yeah, the deep fake pro. He was like, we just take multiple pictures and we try to have the AI tweak it to where it looks real.
Looks natural.
Yeah, and it was kind of spooky considering the fact that like I've seen other deep fakes of not just Tom Cruise, but like some politicians, some other movie stars, singers, songwriters, all that kind of stuff. It was just kind of spooky. And I do agree it's kind of spooky, but I'm not going to worry about it too much because they're fun entertainment nonetheless. I know that the one guy said that they typically leave watermarks.
Yes,
but with a shareable sites like like TikTok and all that kind of stuff, where you can easily just take it and edit out the watermark. it's going to be hard to tell. But I think they're talking about possibly an AI that kind of combats it and tells you, like, this is a deep fake, not a real one.
That recognizes in the video
yes.
that if
It
an AI
recognizes it.
tampered with an image or
Exactly.
video.
That's what they're going to do. And then if it pops up, it will come up in the feed like, hey, just so you know, this ain't real. Well, hopefully it works out that way. Hopefully. All right.
We'll
so kind of going off of yours, but into something a little bit different technology-wise. VR, so virtual reality. There have been a lot of headsets coming out lately. HTC, so everyone knows them as kind of like a phone manufacturer for the most part. They make VR headsets, and they're making a new VR headset that's not leaned towards. How do I say? It's not
gaming.
like it's not leaning towards like gaming. So like games like a few just playing games. I guess I could just say it that way. Yeah, Beat Saber. People know what that is. All that kind of stuff. They're making it more towards a workforce side of everything. So they're making basically AR glasses, which is augmented reality. It's kind of a different thing.
So it'll take a picture.
Yes.
It'll take a camera on the glasses and then put
whatever,
like holograms or almost into whatever room you're in.
Yeah. So they're kind of doing the same thing here, but it says that it makes people look like a bug. And it's kind of like they took sunglasses, like like the Willy Wonka sunglasses in the remake, like the newer remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost like that. Yeah, like the circular ones. Here, I'll actually brighten my screen. Sorry, my laptop's like kind of dying, but I will light up the screen as much as possible. And if you can turn the camera on, even though I don't know.
It is on.
It is on?
Yep, Melanie has to switch to it.
I did.
Oh, it's Melanie switched to it? So these are what they look like. They're kind of, I don't think they're like what you would consider weirdly stylish, but they're not at the same time. Like
almost hipster-like.
Yeah, but they do make you look like a bug.
They do kind of make you look like a bug.
But like I think you can see through these, if I'm not mistaken. But like these are meant more towards like a business side of everything. So it's just kind of,
they look like really chunky aviators.
Yes, we can put it that way.
They look like.
They're chunky aviators.
Yep.
They do look like the Willy Wonka glasses.
Yeah, but
like
that
the Johnny Depp.
Yeah, that's what I was trying. That's what that was the only thing I could think of. Like that would look like that because they were kind of like weirdly futuristic, but not at the same time. But yeah, but supposedly they actually put this image out not too long ago. I found one that was like, oh, this is a leak. Oh no, cool leak. But no, these are actually legit for the company that released them. $500 if you want one. I don't know who. I mean, I guess there's a few people that I would know that would use these, but who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. Who knows? You have anything else? What else you got?
I have more things. Really quick reminder for everyone watching: this is also a Q&A stream. So if you have technology questions, we may be able to give technology answers.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. So don't feel free to question anything that we either say today, or if you have any questions yourself about anything you have at home, like smart TVs, tablets, smartphones, all that kind of stuff. We'll try and help you answer that stuff here and now. So you got any other news there, Mr. Colt?
I do have more news.
Oh boy, what's this news? What's this very intriguing
Let me
news?
go to my. Okay. Hold on. Let me open the link. I gotta open the link.
This is when Charley does his commercial for you can have a whole hour.
Oh
with
yes,
Charley.
you can have a whole hour with me, a hour of helping you with technology. If that could be anything from learning how to use a Windows operating system, so Windows 10, Windows 11, possibly Windows 7, how to use Chrome, how to use emails, tablets, smartphones, laptops, all that kind of cool stuff. You can set an hour with me, and you can do really cool learning things.
Margaret.
And thank you, Margaret.
I just call her Magnet.
Yes.
Sorry, Magnet.
All right.
Thank you,
So
Margaret.
did you get your link up yet?
No, my links are not working.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Well.
I have
We're
to.
going to have to get you a laptop if you do this again.
That might work.
That would be cool.
Okay.
That would be cool.
See, look,
will
we
make a
both have
note for
laptops.
another day.
I mean, Sean does notes. I do
Sean
laptop.
does do notes.
I mean, they are the same, but they're not the same.
I don't
You
know
know.
why the link isn't working though.
Any other advertisements, Miss Melanie, that I need to
Well,
list
you
off
do
tech
have
wise?
a computer class coming up next week.
Yes, the Microsoft Word computer class. That is next Tuesday at 7, I think, right?
Oh, it's 6:30 maybe.
Was it 6:30? Either way,
It's Tuesday.
yes. Either
And
way,
you
it
can
is
sign up
Tuesday.
online.
And conveniently, if you sign up online, you can actually see when the actual time is. So you can kind of take my word for it, but not at the same time. But please feel free to sign up for our Guiding Ohio Online Learning Coach kind of tech class with Microsoft Word. That should be next Tuesday, either at 6:30 or 7. But like I said, if you sign up, you should be able to see an actual time for that. So did you get your article up finally?
I did. I had to.
All right.
I had to look it up and find which one I looked at.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so this one is about Tesla.
Okay, Tesla.
We
Tesla.
do love our electric cars.
Electric vehicles,
Yep.
spaceships, maybe?
No spaceships.
Oh, wait, that's
I was
SpaceX.
sure that one of you was going to talk about spaceships today.
That's typically Sean that does the spaceships.
I have some space-related articles.
Okay,
Okay.
maybe we got
So-
something that takes over. All right, cool. Let's
No,
go.
no rockets, but we have space things.
Okay, no rocket man.
No. So Tesla's spending per car sold versus other automakers on R&D, research and development. Tesla spends roughly $3,000 per Tesla sold
Mm-hmm.
back into research and development.
Oh, cool.
The closest second is Ford, which spends $1,000 per car sold on research and development.
seems-
So they are,
Like really low for research and development kind of things. To
you
me.
know, I think
like-
once you have the volume of cars sold,
Yeah, like Ford and stuff.
And
like
the
that
amount-
makes sense.
the amount of each sale that goes
Yeah.
back to the dealer,
Mhm.
the amount that goes into
Dealerships and maintenance and things. Like, is that-
maintenance,
yeah.
production, the
Yeah,
whole
the
material
whole-
cost,
yeah.
all that seems kind of reasonable
Mhm.
for the amount of
'Cause
cars
how much did you say Tesla had again?
Tesla spends roughly $3,000 per car sold
I mean,
per
really,
Tesla.
they really only worry about like what 1-2 types of Teslas right now because they haven't released the Cybertruck yet, have they?
No, they have not released
Okay,
the Cybertruck
so it's
yet.
what the S and the X, right? I think models. I don't remember exactly which kind of models they have
They
right
have-
now, but either way, I think there's only like 2 or 3
Hmm.
that they really have to worry about right now.
Either way, they are all of that. That's
Yeah,
They're-
that's
they're-
all going into research and development.
they have triple what
Ford
the
puts
next
in.
closest
Yeah, that's crazy.
top contender for research and development into the auto industry is.
That's cool. That's
That
very
is
cool. And I would expect like something like a bigger one to put more money into it. But like
Yeah.
you said though, volume, how much they
Yep.
how much they sell each month and stuff would make sense.
Something about your LinkedIn.
Yeah, I see something
Yeah.
that LinkedIn video. So if you don't know, we have a YouTube channel that I put videos out on. Conveniently more tech side of things, not like crafts or anything. But we do those. Crafts, cooking, and there's a few others. I think we put
And
story
news.
Yes,
and news like
news.
this.
Produce it. Colt edits the news
I was gonna say.
program
Good morning,
every
Madison.
week. Colt is
Yes.
the face behind the news programs.
Yes. Like we do the Good Morning Madison, we do ours, Talking Tech. This goes up on YouTube as well. Also as a podcast, but we're going to get to that later. But I did a LinkedIn learning video on our YouTube channel under Bite Size Tech playlist, all that kind of stuff. You can watch that stuff on our YouTube channel. at it's Madison Public Library, right? Or is it Madison
it's-
PL?
Madison PL.
Yeah.
Madison PL. Because I know I couldn't remember if it was the same as our Twitch or not, but I couldn't remember exactly what the name was. Because I know like you can search Madison Public Library, it still comes up.
Yeah.
But you
You
gotta
can go to our website. and click
Yep.
on the
Also-
YouTube link.
YouTube links on our website will work and that kind of stuff
Yep.
too. So that should hopefully work better than what I just said. But we're not going to worry about that. We're going to move
Crazy
on to
tangents.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens. We
It's-
go off on tangents for too long.
It
and
is
then it's
what
just-
it is.
I
It is
think
what
Colt's
it is.
doing a lovely job. You
Oh,
have
yes,
the
he
same
is.
number of tangents that you and Sean do.
Yeah, but I think it's more I do my mess ups and then Colt catches on and tries to save me, but
I
that's
think
how
that
it
may
works.
have been a dig that I haven't saved you, so we're just gonna move
Well,
on.
we're not gonna worry. You've saved me a few times, Melanie. I'm not gonna lie. You have. All right, so let's move on to more VR related items. So everyone kind of knows what Vudu is, right? Like the movie streaming site that you can watch movies and things
Yep.
on. They are making an app for Oculus.
Okay.
So you can watch movies, TV shows, and other stuff on VR devices.
So is it going to put you in like a theater in VR?
I'm guessing that's what they're gonna do because I know that there were like, there's like some VR places that you can play on that they have like theaters and stuff.
Yeah.
As long as you owned the material, you could stream it for people.
Mhm.
But I would think that's what they're gonna do. I kind of read like a slight article about it. Oh, you have to buy the movies. Fandango Now. So it's basically Fandango Now, but
In VR.
VR.
Yeah. So you
And
can,
it's also called Voodoo, not that
Fandango.
Fandango. But yeah, like there's a few. There's not crazy right now, but they're doing like Ready Player One, Lego Movie, Jurassic World, and stuff like that. Like it's around anywhere from like $6 to $4, and like new stuff.
so does it connect you with other users? So you can watch, or
I didn't see anything
so you can
about
like.
users.
I think Facebook owns or has shares in it or something, right?
Maybe. I'm not 100%. I don't follow
So if
kind of stuff myself, even though I probably should.
if they have any sort of influence, I feel like it'd be
I think it's just to yourself. From what I'm reading, they
I'm
really
thinking
don't go into detail about it.
you
but
get the full movie theater experience with your friends. You all connect your Facebook accounts and
yeah, that would be cool. Like you could all get in on like
Mhm.
a Facebook group call and like have the theater show up, and then you guys can watch.
Yeah.
Or not YouTube videos, but
You're
like
all in
actual
a-
full-on movies.
You're
with
all
each-
in
with
a
each other.
virtual theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of cool.
That
But-
would be cool.
I don't know if they will do the theater. This may be a detail that they left out because that's maybe something we're going to talk about later on
Yeah.
full release, that kind of thing. But I think it's kind of a cool concept.
Definitely.
I mean, I think there are others that have done it before, but you had to own the movie. Like, I think this is also like movie rentals,
Mhm.
that kind of thing. And maybe you pay for each person that wants to watch it. But I'm not going to speak for Vudu or anything yet. They still haven't really released a lot of that information for that stuff yet.
Well, I know even on my phone, like just
Yeah.
on your phone, you can download like VR supporting apps
Yeah.
where it will turn your phone Google Cardboard.
Yes. I remember that project.
Yep, Google Cardboard.
They don't do that anymore. Google unsupported it, and they don't sell the cardboard kits that you used to
Mhm.
be able
Yeah.
to buy, but you can buy like the plastic headsets and you can put your phone in it and
It
you can
still-
kind of watch movies.
Still translates to,
yeah, I
to
know
other
there's like
apps.
still
yeah.
there's still apps that you can even download
Uh-huh.
and do. Like I know that there was like a few Cedar Point ride-ons that they
Mhm.
did
Yeah.
3D VR to, and like YouTube has
Yeah.
YouTube VR.
YouTube
and
has 360-degree videos that you can
use
put
as,
the
like-
goggles on and
Yeah.
look around. Yeah.
Yeah, I know like Oculus actually has supported YouTube 360 app or what VR app, whatever it is. And you can watch any VR 360 video that you
Mhm.
want,
Yep.
which is kind of cool. Okay, it's not as loud as it used to be.
It is a lot quieter.
Dude, the speaker turned off in here?
I think the thing is turned off, which may or may not be a good thing.
All right. Well, thank you,
All right,
Margaret.
Thank you, Margaret.
Yeah. Thanks,
Even though
Margaret.
you're super quiet, thank you, Margaret. But yeah, I think that was kind of a cool movie concept because, like I said, people have done it before. Viewmaster took over the Google Goggle apps. Okay.
Okay.
I love Viewmaster. I still have my Viewmaster.
Is that the same thing?
I don't know if you mastered.
I don't.
You were too young to know what
I feel like-
I feel like I've heard of it.
That's
someone
something-
else on here who
I would say
knows
if
what
Sean was
Viewmaster
here, he would have
is.
been like, absolutely, maybe, absolutely not.
Into Google.
Into Google we go to figure out a Viewmaster is.
Viewmaster.
From the 80s.
Yes, when none of you were
Oh!
alive
Wait,
yet.
is it those
Is it the?
the little click wheel things?
Yes!
Yeah.
Yeah.
The click wheel thing.
Yeah, I had a bunch of those.
I
I
had-
remember what those are.
I had a
now.
Cars one,
Yeah, I
like
remember
the
those.
movie Cars.
Yeah,
And
they
it
had like a
was-
bunch of them.
Yeah.
Like they're even like those cheap ones that you
Mhm,
could get
yeah.
from like the dollar store. They only had like one reel in
They
it,
weren't-
but you could.
They weren't
was
on
super
brand
cool.
Viewmaster, but it was the same
Yeah,
concept. You would click and
Listen,
it
my
would
grandparents had
turn
a-
the.
my grandparents had like a legit one,
Mhm.
and it had like there were like a few reels. Like we had like Toy Story ones and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. They were really cool. But you know, as a kid, you would think
Yeah,
that's like super freaking cool. You know,
It is.
Cool, 'cause
But
you could
it'd be
buy
cool
that.
now.
Yeah,
it'd
it's
be
still
cool
cool
now.
I have the Niagara Falls Viewmaster.
Ooh.
Ooh,
I know.
this has
It's
got some
very
really cool
cool.
views.
It does.
Well, there we go.
It really does.
I
Maybe-
had
maybe I
a
see if I can-
dinosaur one.
Really?
I also had a dinosaur one.
Because mine was just like you pulled the
New
cartridge out,
Viewmaster.
put it in there.
You got a new.
I
one
wonder if
coming
those
out.
have like digital like screens in them, so it's just like you can go through the Viewmaster, just look at all
now
of
I
them.
have this need to
What
get out my
is
old school
this?
Viewmaster.
The Viewmaster and want to use it.
Yes, I may do that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of cool.
Hmm.
If they
Because the
made a
80s
view,
are back.
yeah. Well, a lot of that stuff is coming back. I don't remember what half of the stuff is. Like I know Atari finally released a console after a hiatus of.
Really?
Years.
What did they release?
It's basically like a retro console. It's called
Yeah,
the
okay.
VCR or VRC or something like that. I know I talked about this before on an earlier Talking Tech.
Which you can go back and watch on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yes, watch on YouTube and I think even Facebook. Can you? Or is that a little
yeah,
weird? I don't
know.
remember. I know that you can rewatch a lot of our stuff though on YouTube. I would prefer probably YouTube over Facebook right now. But besides the point, you know, they finally came out with another console, but it's kind of like a
It's
a
a
retro
retro,
console, but it's like a PC kind of thing. It's like a home theater thing, but you know, they want like $800 for even the base one, not the wood grain one.
Mhm.
It's a whole story and a half for that one.
So it looks
Daniel
like,
has one of the Viewmasters, the new Viewmasters. Ooh,
so the
like is there like any significant difference in the Viewmaster or no? I wouldn't think there is. Like it's always been like you look at the window and you just kind of click through it, unless this one has like a built-in light, you know.
It looks like it's just like just a kid's VR almost.
It's like a little VR
think.
headset, like a kid's
I'm,
VR.
I'm trying to
And you're
figure
on
it
the
out. So
official
if I'm-
site too.
Yeah,
Like you're even on the official Mattel website
yeah.
Ooh.
for that stuff.
So
That's
is
kinda
it-
cool? I don't know. Sean hasn't said anything about it yet, but
We're waiting.
if anything, we'll continue to our next article of significance. Yep, kids VR is what he said.
Yep. Cool.
That's interesting.
Nice.
Oh, you mount a phone in it. Well, that's kind of cool.
All
Oh,
right.
so it's kind of like the
Yeah, it's-
plastic
it's-
headsets that you.
It's like Google
yeah,
Cardboard.
but it's just
Yeah.
branded
Viewmaster.
Viewmaster. But hey,
Yes,
that's cool
for
either
the
way.
Kids of people in the 80s who want their Viewmaster back.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, it's just you're putting your phone in your screen thing and then shutting it, and then you're watching Viewmaster things. That'd be kind of cool to do again. But let's move on to let's see a next tech topic. Do you have anything, or was it me next?
The Facebook shutdown.
Facebook shutdown.
The Facebook shutdown.
Facebook shutdown.
What do we
Facebook shutdown.
What do we have on that?
Facebook shutdown. Other than I know that it was down for a solid 6 hours, and
Yep.
we were scrambling to figure out how we were going to put up what was it that
The
night?
candidates.
Yes,
video.
the candidates
Yeah.
video, which was
Right.
very
Fortunately, we multi-platform.
yes. Luckily, we have Restream to do this kind of thing with that kind of stuff, so that's cool. And he says it's interactive. The ViewMaster, Sean said it's interactive.
Cool.
So does it have is it like a VR headset controllers and stuff? Like I'm actually more interested in the ViewMaster than the Facebook shutdown.
I feel like
but that's
there's
why,
probably a little button up top that touches the screen. So
maybe
you have like a cursor in the center of your view, and then use the button on top that touches the screen.
Well, I know like some of like the new plastic headsets, they had like
Because that's what mine does.
they have like the little plastic remote with like a joystick on it, and then it's like
I haven't seen that. That's cool.
Well, I found one like cheap when I was on vacation. Buttons on the side, so you were right.
All right.
Buttons on the side.
So is it Bluetooth?
Oh, we're just talking back and forth with
I know we are.
Sean
We're just
and not actually doing tech news.
You are still discussing.
I mean,
Exactly,
it's still
okay.
a tech thing. Yeah, but yeah, it's still a tech thing. But this is hilarious because we're talking through Sean through tech, which we're talking about right now.
reminder again, if there's
It's a big circle.
if there's new viewers, this is also a Q&A. We're not just talking. So if you have questions, you can put it right in the
Well, I
chat.
mean-
We'll see it right in front of
I
us.
mean, we are talking,
Oh, we are talking.
and
But if
we're
you
not
have
just
questions.
We're not specifically talking to Sean, and we're also accepting questions,
Yes.
which is what a Q&A is. But as we're doing that, we're talking about tech news, hopefully, not going off on rants about ViewMasters.
No,
Which is
we're
totally
exactly
worthwhile.
going off on rants about
well,
ViewMasters.
I mean, Melanie has a point though. It is worthwhile still.
Yes, it is worthwhile, especially if you were a child of the 80s.
Yes, I mean I was not, but I have uncles and aunts that were.
Yep.
So, and my parents. All right. So, are we gonna go off on the Facebook stuff, or do you want to move on to something else?
Well, you also got a message on
Yes.
There we go.
Facebook was a router DNS issue. So, I forget how to exactly explain DNS because it's a very interesting thing to talk
That's
about.
more of a you thing. You went to school for
Yeah,
that
I
stuff.
did. But if I remember what half the
Waiting
terms
to
were,
throw him under the bus.
but to
Colt.
remember what half of these things are even called anymore.
That's out
I
of
just
my
know that-
domain.
yeah,
Out of my domain.
Let's just put it that way. It's out of my domain at this point. But basically, it was just no one could talk to it. No one could, and Facebook wasn't speaking back. That kind of thing. It was all of Facebook was shut down because of a connection issue between a lot of people and things and Facebook themselves. So, which reportedly I heard that Facebook employees couldn't get into the building.
Yeah, I was just
even.
going to bring that up. Their key cards were connected.
Their key cards, the RFID key cards did not work at all that day either. So a lot of things on Facebook was tied in that day.
Yep.
'Cause even Instagram was down, WhatsApp was down, all that stuff. Basically, Facebook disconnected their servers from
It was Facebook,
the name
Instagram, and WhatsApp.
Facebook.com. Yeah.
Yep.
But I saw that WhatsApp, they were talking about the interrupted businesses that use WhatsApp
Yes.
for their
Well, it's even like
e-commerce.
Facebook Workplace and stuff. Anything that was connected to Facebook was shut down and not working. Because even if you tried looking up Facebook anywhere, it wouldn't work. I know the app was on and off working the entire day. Because that's why I was questioning Sean. I was like,
Yeah.
"Are you sure Facebook's down? Because I can still get onto from my phone." But nonetheless, it was still taken down. That same day, which is
Six-ish hours, right?
yes, it was
Yeah.
about 6-7 hours. Because by the time they started the candidate video and put it up and everything, it was still down. And after I
Correct.
left, which I'm here for 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
So it was like I was here when it started and I was there when it finished, more or less. But nonetheless, it was a crazy set of circumstances that hopefully shouldn't happen again. But we'll have to see how.
I wonder how much
everything
money they
goes.
lost on that.
Oh, Instagram is still having issues.
Well, I think the issue was that the businesses that lost money because of not being able to conduct their e-commerce over WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that.
Well, even their
sounds like a
e-commerce,
huge
like
issue.
just for advertisements over like Facebook and Instagram and stuff, that would tank a lot of sales too, especially for how often ads pop up on those social media platforms. Besides, using Snapchat and all that kind of stuff. It was just a very interesting day because it was just like, man,
library is now closed. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Margaret.
Margaret.
But yeah, it's just that kind of interesting little thing of like, this is what happens when we didn't have like social media everywhere. You know, it's like we weren't used to, and we weren't expecting this kind of thing to happen. So it was a very odd day. Some people need to reload their Instagram app, like posts and accept new friends. Oh yeah, people are having issues with friending and liking photos. I read about that somewhere too. Yeah, it was like I said, a very odd issue, and it still, I guess, persists
Plaguing.
to this day and still
Yeah.
plagues whichever Facebook platform you want to use.
So BBC reports that it cost Facebook more than $6 billion for their 6 hours
That they were down.
of
So it was $1 billion an hour.
that they were losing.
That's crazy to even think about.
And its shares dropped nearly 5%.
Well, yeah,
So all of
in
the-
the stocks. I kind of watched that because, like, you know,
Mhm,
Cash
yeah.
App's really cool about watching them stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, this is great. But also, I caught glimpses from like Fox News and all that kind of stuff
Yeah.
when I got home. So yeah, it was a very interesting day nonetheless. All right,
Big
so
money.
From Facebook to another bigger company. Let's talk about let's talk about Valve. So Valve is a video game studio / hardware producer. They are coming out with a new game console similar to Nintendo Switch. So it's a portable gaming console.
Mhm.
They did a teardown video and they explained to you why you shouldn't open it. Basically, the entire video was just don't mess with any of the components because they were specially selected, all this kind of stuff. Because it's such a compact little system, so everything's really close. It's similar to a phone, like
Mhm.
how it's all kind of compact in there.
Very small, very
Yes,
expensive.
very small, very expensive parts. Trust me, I've almost broken a few phones by accidentally putting a pin in the wrong spot. It was
Ooh.
not fun. And same with laptops, very compact, like not as compact as like consoles and phones, but still in the same light. They don't want you to open it up and replace, certain things with off-the-shelf stuff because it doesn't work. But they did explain that, how like Nintendo has issues with the Joy-Con drift
Mhm, yeah.
and all that kind of stuff, which Nintendo engineers specifically said that possibly there's no way to fix Joy-Con drift. But we'll get to that a
I
little
thought
bit
they
later.
straight up denied it. I thought they said that it.
At the very beginning, they completely denied Joy-Con drift.
Okay.
And then they finally ended the lawsuit because it was against a kid and his mother that accused Nintendo of making faulty hardware.
Okay.
But Nintendo actually lost that lawsuit against the
Mhm.
kid and the parent because it was tested to show that
Joy-Con
drift
is
is
a very
actually a
real thing.
and Nintendo was
Yeah.
denying it the entire time. So you can actually send your Joy-Cons back to Nintendo. We do not know that question. Half-Life 3 has not been yet confirmed or denied as a game yet. So maybe not. I
You
will
get
say that
Alex.
because we
Take it or
all
leave it.
know Valve cannot count the 3.
Valve cannot count it.
Valve cannot count the 3. Because what? We had Left 4 Dead 2, Portal 2, Half-Life 2.
Team Fortress.
Team Fortress 2. That's another good one. But yeah, all of Valve's games, and I even think that Diablo's Blizzard.
Yeah.
What's the other one? They're Dota.
Dota.
2. They can count the 2, but they have not gone up to 3 yet.
You get Alex. You get
Yes,
Half-Life Alex.
Alex is like
that's
Half-Life
your-
2.5. Wouldn't that be a good explanation of it? Because
I think so.
kind of not. I don't know. But Valve also explained that they will have parts that you can buy coming in the later months once the Steam Deck actually releases.
Okay.
So we're hoping that because this whole right to repair thing is coming
Yeah.
up. Hello, Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
But anyway, they're making it hopefully to where you can repair it yourself and you don't have to send it back to, having the time constraint of sending it back to a manufacturer and getting it sent back. Like with Nintendo, you have to send your Joy-Cons back to even get them replaced or get them fixed. So it's just that kind of thing of
Hi, Morgan.
Yes.
And
But
before
know.
you ask, no, we don't know if it will run Crisis.
no, we have not. We don't have anything
no
to test
idea
it with.
if it'll run Crisis.
I know people have wanted to figure out if it runs Crisis, but we have not figured that out yet.
We don't know.
All right.
We don't know.
Yes, but I think this is a great step in the right direction for having people be able to fix it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I know a few places have even said, how about you build one? How about you can actually buy like the separate parts to build one? And I was like, that would be very interesting. Like actually being able to Doom. Oh yeah, Sean, you gotta understand, anything can run Doom.
Well, that depends on the Doom.
I guess Doom.
They got Doom to run on the Switch. That's pretty
Well, yeah,
impressive.
2016, yeah. But we're talking about like
original
old classic
old
Doom.
Yeah.
They got it to run on a smart bulb.
Really?
Yes. Now, this one's also going to sound everything.
You're right, Wendy.
Yes,
Doom
it
is old.
It is old.
Doom is very
but it's
old.
still a beautiful game, at least in my opinion. But, but they also got it to run, and this is going to sound weird, but on a pregnancy test.
I have seen that.
Like, not used. Don't get me wrong. It was not used. But at the same time, they got it to run on like one of those interesting, they got it to run on a pregnancy test, which was really weird. But like one of those like fancy ones.
Yeah.
But it was still like, really? Like, come on.
They did have a Doom movie.
Controller.
Wasn't The Rock in that?
Yes. The original Doom movie, yes.
Yeah.
That was any video game movie nowadays was kind of weird.
I used to
Castle
play text.
Wolfenstein.
I didn't know that was. How do you text only Wolfenstein?
I mean, I would think it's very similar to how you can play it on a TI-84. I think it's very similar to how you can play.
No, I understand
TI-84
text
Doom.
games, but I didn't know there was a text Wolfenstein.
Yes. I mean, text-only games are still kind of fun too. Apple II. I mean, I can say
Zork. Gotta love Zork.
I've heard of Zork. I think
you never played Zork?
No, I haven't. I've heard about it, but I don't think I've ever played it before.
You can do it through your browser.
Really?
Yeah, you can just
open up. I'm not going to do it now, but
you can do it on your phone. It's just like Zork.com.
Hosting another retro game night, if only for employees.
That'd be interesting.
That would be fun.
Yeah, similar to our D&D sessions that we used to have before all of it hit.
Got to get Joey's. I'm missing my tenders. I'm missing my tenders and honey mustard sauce.
He's been deprived of the nuggets for too long, or the tenders for too long. Yes, but I know we did a retro game night. Even before this, like it was, we had like the retro consoles set up all in a row in the McKinsey room.
Best one is Jenny's mom playing Frogger.
Mm-hmm. Yes, those were all fun. Staff games will be back.
It's a beautiful thing to hear.
I think that's a very interesting and bold statement from Sean.
We had to line up the Daniel sitting.
Well, that too. Which you got to figure out how that will play out. But anyway, I still think it's interesting on Valve doing the right to repair kind of thing.
Yeah, because even with Apple, I know, isn't the EU pushing Apple?
Well, EU is pushing Apple for standardization of USB Type-C.
Right.
Because they want everyone to be able to buy just the same charger and not have to worry about, a specialized charger for Apple devices, which I'm not against. I would love to see standardized charging. At least
Wouldn't you have to move to the EU then?
Not really, because especially if it catches on in the EU, then eventually it will catch on over here.
Yeah.
So typically we're not too far behind, or typically we're, before the EU, but
it's a big enough market that if they make the change over there.
Well, especially since their iPads and stuff have already gone to Type-C.
Yeah, they've moved their iPads to Type-C.
Mm-hmm. A lot of their
Macs are
Mac
on it,
chargers and stuff are Type-C and stuff.
Okay, their Macs are on it.
So I think, I'm not sure. I don't own one. I own this, not a Mac. I run Windows.
Not exactly Apple, guys.
Not exactly Apple. I don't use Apple. I don't ever plan on it. personally.
No reason
But yeah,
to.
there's no reason to.
Oh,
if I like what
someone
I
just
like.
said
Uh-oh.
yes. Oh, Sean said yes.
Yes, Sean said yes.
What he said yes to.
That I don't
That's
know.
another story.
Exactly.
We'll figure
He
that
might
out.
have just said yes to chicken tenders. I'm not
Maybe.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Well, I mean, we can all agree that Joey's chicken tenders
sure. Are
with
the best.
yeah, with the honey mustard
It
sauce.
depends on where you go, really, I think. Because I've had some good other places that had some good ones too. But, Apple laptops.
Apple laptops.
Oh, so you're saying yes to the Type-C chargers for
Yeah.
Apple laptops.
Okay.
Okay. So that clears it up a little bit. So they do use Type-C chargers, which is good.
That is good.
Yes, very good. All right, got any more tech news over there, Mr. Colt?
We can
Because
talk about.
I have 3 more
All right.
over here. If you want to move on to me again. I also felt my phone go off, but I'm gonna turn Do Not Disturb on.
I don't think
I don't
have
need
my-
to. I don't need to feel a notification going off every 5 minutes.
So far, nobody said my really awesome tech news that I saw.
And what was this tech news that you saw, Melanie?
Yes. What was it?
I think this is cool, but I think you have to be in a certain part of the U.S. So there is a company called Sail Drone that is
Okay.
making autonomous ocean vessels to go into the middle of hurricanes.
That's interesting. Like, does it have like cameras and stuff on it?
Yes,
So
it has cameras,
so-
and they have an agreement with NOAA already to they deployed some of their ships already this season.
so it's just floating weather equipment.
Yeah.
As
I mean,
opposed to
I mean, if you ever
flying
watch,
the
like-
planes in,
Yeah.
because it's much less dangerous. They
Yeah.
can't fly the planes into some of it because it's just way too dangerous, and they can't send ships. So
Mhm.
they're hoping that the autonomous
Well, I mean,
ocean
it's-
vehicles will be much
Yeah.
safer and they'll get better information.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
right.
especially with like I'm thinking in the ways of like the movie Twister, where they just had like tornado. Like, I mean, this was tornadoes and stuff like that, but
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of the same idea, I think. With they just send autonomous things, or like not, no human inside, no human operation kind of stuff. They just let it go because it was the sensors or something, I think, for the movie for
Mhm.
Twister. But it gave them data for research and all that kind of stuff.
So it's
Yeah.
supposed to be a big deal because a couple of the recent hurricanes have gone from Cat 1 to Cat 4 in 24 hours. And so
Mhm.
they feel that an autonomous ocean vessel will allow them to get data as to why that can happen with certain
Well,
storms.
because there's so many different factors for hurricanes that can add to how crazy it goes and how
Yes.
low it goes.
So I think they're thinking that will give them, because they can, with the cameras and all the other equipment that's on there. So hopefully that will mean more saving of life in the long term.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See, I was waiting for you to say that, but it could just be interesting to people who have family in hurricane areas.
Mhm. Which that makes sense. Yeah. I mean that's still interesting though, because like, especially how like all these autonomous, I think it is more or less, stuff is coming out.
Yep.
Especially having it to where we don't have to sacrifice somebody to do this kind of stuff. I think this makes it really easy to figure out like what's really going on, and that's really cool.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Robots in the early warning systems doesn't seem like a bad idea at all to me. I don't think.
Yeah, no. I mean, if as long as you can recover some of it, you can rebuild it. You can send it back
Yeah.
out depending on what's broken with it. Like it's kind of ingenious a little bit. To
Less
me.
lives on the line.
Yeah, more or less. It's like you don't have to risk as much life and limb for figuring out what's actually going on. So that's really cool.
So in other tech news, when I copied the links from my news
Yeah.
feed, none of them have a domain.
Oh. So they don't actually go anywhere. They're just text right now.
Yep. It just says HTTPS
So
slash,
like
and then it just says the name the name of
what
the
the
article.
name of the article is.
So none of
of
my
them have
links
actual
have
links
an
to it.
actual domain.
So they can't go
Awesome.
anywhere.
They don't go anywhere.
So I guess you're up, Charlie.
Yep.
All right. So who remembers the Microsoft Kinect?
I do.
I think he.
I
will.
have one.
Melanie, I think may have heard of it.
I've heard of it.
So you know how we used to do like 360 games out here and we had like the tape space out.
Oh
Yeah, so it would be
Oh,
considered the
now I
Xbox Connect.
Yes.
But Microsoft is the one who actually made it.
Because Microsoft owns
yes.
Xbox.
Yes. So Microsoft is coming back out with the Kinect, and they're using it for. Oh, Sean said he has one. I mean, I have one myself, but I barely.
I
use
have
it.
the Xbox because they made
The
one.
Xbox One.
Yeah, they made
camera,
one for the 360 and just like Gen 1 pretty
Yeah.
much. And then they made one for the Xbox One. I have the Xbox One version.
I have the 360.
It was pretty
I
cool.
remember the Connectimals.
Yes, Connectimals. There was a bunch of Kinect games. There, I know Sean was talking about the Star Wars Kinect game.
And then there was like Wipeout, I think, or something.
Yeah, there was a few that integrated that kind of stuff. But Kinect is coming back in a way through a partnership with Microsoft and I think a cable company named Sky. Basically, what's happening is Sky is making an all-in-one TV system. So you don't have an extra cable box. It's all built into the TV itself. And they're adding on the camera as another way to navigate through things.
Okay.
And they're even adding games to it, like Fruit Ninja, that kind of stuff, like just like app games. But they actually did release a Fruit Ninja for the Xbox 360 when it came out. So it was kind of cool, and it's kind of a cool idea. Is British, I think, and European. So it's a British European
All right.
Cable company that's doing this. But it's kind of cool, in my opinion, because I think the Kinect honestly just came out way too early.
It did come out too early.
Because I think just like everything now is just deciding to move on to, this AR kind of thing to where you can actually use your own body to, connect to things. And like Oculus didn't come out till 5-6 years after that, I think, because I don't think Oculus was very big until 2010s about, so like mid-late 2010s.
The Xbox One came out in
13. So, and the Xbox 360 was what, 06?
Yeah, but the Kinect didn't launch with the
But
360.
Kinect came out 2010 or 9.
It would have been, I think it would have been 10.
Because it was later in its lifespan. I know that. I remember that because everyone was going insane about it.
It was Microsoft's answer to the Wii.
Yeah,
because the Wii
motion control wise
had their motion controls and
in the controller.
It sold amazing.
And the PlayStation followed in. Will it be Alexa with eyes?
Alexa already has.
I mean, yes, but instead of Alexa, it's going to be Cortana. Or did they discontinue Cortana?
No, Cortana's still there.
Well, in Windows 10, I'm not sure if Windows 11 has Cortana anymore. I could be wrong, though.
I'll be sad.
I mean, it's like...
I'll miss Cortana.
I will not.
Cortana's nice in some respects, but also annoying in others. I know some people may remember Bonzi Buddy. I know me and you would know it because he's been in a lot of memes because he was just nothing but a virus, more or less. He was basically just a Trojan at some points. I mean, Bonzi Bunny, Clippy.
Bring back Clippy.
Exactly.
I mean, Clippy is about on the same level as Bonzi Bunny in respects. I mean, if Clippy had, he wasn't as annoying, then I'd be fine with it.
But Clippy was cute, so it was okay if he was annoying.
I mean, we could all go back to Microsoft Bob if anyone remembers that.
I do not. I do not remember Microsoft Bob.
Let's say it came out along the lines of around 98, Windows 98, 95, I'm pretty sure, or Windows 3.1 or something like that.
Okay.
I watch a lot of YouTube videos with old tech. I know I'm not old or anywhere close to.
It's a hobby.
Yeah, true. But
old
so
tech is a hobby.
Microsoft Bob is a operating system that turned your whole operating system into a house. And I see the thumbs down from
Sean just says thumbs down.
And it was very expensive. It was 95. Okay. I thought it was around that era of 95, 98. I couldn't remember exactly. But Microsoft Bob was a OS that took over 95 that replaced everything, like all your icons. So it wasn't just like a typical Windows screen with like all the icons and stuff like for your they turned a lot of the icons into furniture.
Mhm.
So, like your internet, I can't remember what the internet browser was actually. I think it was actually a computer, conveniently enough. But
the lamp was something.
yeah,
I
the
don't
lamp
remember
was
what the
something.
lamp
There was a
was.
bunch, like the settings were somewhere off in the distance somewhere. The kitchen was where you had like the games, if you had any, or like yeah. But basically, all it did was cover up 95 and made it a living room. But you can rearrange the furniture. Bring back Conker's Bad Fur Day. That was a game.
Probably
That was
wouldn't
a
fly
game.
now. I don't think it would fly now.
You're talking about the age of like Deadpool was a video game and all that kind of stuff. Like, true, it wasn't as bad as Conker's, but at the same time, I think it would still come back in this day and age, especially since it came out in the rare replay. You remember that? The rare replay?
Yeah, I
disc
have
for the
that.
Xbox
I have
One?
that. That's where I played Perfect Dark.
It came back, and it came back in the rare replay as a playable game. And it was the original game. Nothing was touched about it. Nothing changed. But I mean, it was still a good game. It was a very interesting game, but it's still a game.
Glad to know it hasn't been forgotten.
Yes, it has not. I mean, they made a remastered version
did?
years later. Yes, but for PC, and I don't remember how you even can get to it and use it. But they did remake it. I know that. I know they did. And so, do you got anything, or it's just your links, or do you still want to try to search for them again?
My links are dead, but if you want me to
wanna
relook
try,
them up,
if you want to try,
we probably have time for 2 more tech bits, and of course, if anyone has a question out there, they are more
yes, I
than
keep forgetting to
welcome
talk about the questions.
Type it in and ask, and these 2 fine gentlemen will try to answer it.
Yes, and try is a very large quotated word. It depends on what it is, because we will do anything technology related along the lines of smartphones, tablets, laptops, some computer stuff, any of that kind of stuff, library apps, all that cool stuff. We'll do those kinds of questions.
Charlie, do you have an article while Colt is looking for one of his?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No,
That's
you are fine. You should have seen me the first time.
Well, see, right, because Charlie's now had the advantage of doing this for a few months.
I've done
this.
this
is Colt's very first visit on
fourth
the
time, I
screen
think.
side.
Yes, Colt's actually on the
camera
side and actually looking at the camera this time, not like
the screen.
The screen that shows us on that side where Melanie is right now.
Melanie will not be taking a seat over there during Talking Tech.
I mean, maybe you will.
And
I don't know.
Might fly. So we'll see. So what is your story, Charlie?
All right. So we all know the release of Windows 11 was October 5th. It's been having some issues.
Ooh.
Let's just say it's been taking some performance of certain computer components, and it's not been good.
So it's eating RAM.
Not eating RAM, actually. It's eating certain processor performance. That sounds
annoying.
It is annoying because I think someone said it tanked a CPU 25% in the first report that I read. By 25%. So that is a quarter of your CPU's performance just ripped away and gone.
What would it be doing? What would it be doing to do that?
It's just whatever Microsoft coded in. It was just kind of I'm just trying to figure out why. But they have been putting out fixes for it, so it's not like it's an issue that 25%. But it's not like this hasn't been put in the notice. They are working on fixes for it. Storing your data for them, right? Is that what that says?
I think she's implying that it's recording here.
She's implying that it's recording everything you do.
Yeah.
We don't know if it does that. We don't know if it does that yet.
Bad loops was what Sean said. Yeah, but basically all it's doing is it's taking away about a quarter of your performance on anything a CPU can do, which is not good for me because I have the CPU that's affected at home, and it's not very nice.
Yeah.
Because I'm also running Windows 11 at home because I got it when it came out, and actually
Are you
before
running
it
it
came
on
out.
that laptop?
Yes.
Yes.
I am running it on this laptop, but I have an Intel. I have an
Wendy,
Intel.
that's awesome.
It's loading your car's extended warranty. Yeah.
Hello,
There-
we've been trying to reach you about your car's extended
Yeah.
warranty.
They've been reaching us in really odd, mysterious ways. Like, did you see the one where it was in Halloween candy?
No.
No, my favorite is
I did not.
Alexander Graham Bell's first phone call was, "Hello, we'd like to talk to you about your car's extended warranty."
Yes, but it was a TikTok meme, I think a year ago or maybe half a year ago. But it was, she was like, guys, you got to like, you have to worry about like needles, all that kind of
Oh,
like
yeah.
razors
Make
and
sure you
candy.
make sure you open up your
candy, 'cause
kid's
I know
candy.
we won't do a talking tech before that, but do that. But it was, oh, I found this thing in my kid's candy, and she opened up a wrapper, and it was, we're trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty written in pencil.
Hmm.
I was like, I know she probably put it in there, but I was like, this is still hilarious, as anything that I've probably seen and know about being funny, which is not very not very good for me. But
I don't know what you just said.
I know I'm just
Charley.
blurting out over here. I've
Charlie's
kind
starting
of
to
losing
ramble.
it,
It's
but
getting
also,
late.
I've had a
All right,
lot
It's
of
getting late,
we got
folks.
One
one more.
One more story. So, Colt, do you have something?
Did you actually pull something?
I
up this
did.
time?
I did pull it up. So
So we're
astronomers.
gonna end on a high note, right?
Yeah.
Colt?
Hopefully, you'll actually understand what he's saying compared to me.
Astronomers discover extraordinary unknown radio signal from the heart of the Milky Way. So some researchers in Australia, they got their big old radio receivers, antennas and everything
Mhm.
set up in the desert, and they found a signal. They have 36 dish antennas.
Okay,
Um,
like the big ones, right?
Yep,
Not like the satellite TV ones where you get your TV and stuff on.
So they call it the ghost because it's been spotted 13 times and has no consistent timing between when they catch it and when they
So
don't.
it's completely random. Is what you're
It's
saying?
completely random. They don't know. So they say it's unique because it started invisible, but then became bright, faded away, and then reappeared, which is not normal, I guess.
Hmm.
I don't know much about
radio
waves from outer space.
I have to agree. I don't understand much of that either. I know that would be like a
I'll take their
big
word on
old.
it.
I know. Sean is Pixels game on the flip side. This is so cool. Okay. Oh, I know what you're talking. The movie Pixels, maybe. I don't know.
On the flip side, this is Pixels game on. On the flip side, this is so cool.
Sorry, Wendy. We're trying to understand what you're talking about over text. The typical thing that a lot of people miscommunicate on is what you really mean. Okay, was the movie? I think that's what it was. Because I know it was a whole thing of like they got a radio signal from space is the whole premise of the movie, and then aliens invaded with video game characters because that's what they sent up into space or something. I don't know. It was a weird movie in itself, but it was still kind of cool.
And apparently, it left very little to no infrared signal.
So nothing to trace it back with, is what you're saying?
I guess so. So they're calling it the ghost because they don't know. They don't know what it is. They thought it was a pulsar or like a star, and it's not what they think it is.
So, is it coming from another planet? Is it coming from
is it
somewhere
is it
close?
a transmission?
Is it something? We don't know. It's kind of spooky too to think about.
I feel like ending on something spooky is kind of cool since this.
I mean, considering it would be October.
Happy Halloween.
Yes, very, very much happy Halloween. And I mean, probably with seconds left.
Yep.
It is.
Actually, now it is 8.
It is 8.
Conveniently, I say that, and the seconds run
Have a
out.
very spooky October,
Yes.
and this has
And you will be
been.
back in November, and
Yes.
I think everybody will be in their correct seat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'll be back.
I-
I'll be back behind the camera.
I mean,
again.
we'll say
Probably.
possibly for now because we don't know if anything else is going to pop up at that point.
Yeah, we'll see if we get a webcam
see.
back there.
Yeah, maybe we get a webcam. Put
Hey,
Colt
it took a
on.
while to get this microphone back.
That's
here.
true. We just
Yeah.
put the microphone in what last time?
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right, so
But-
we're gonna go ahead
And we'll end it off.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you for watching, and hope you have a good rest of your night. Thank you, and have a good day.